Renee asked me what I was gonna say, and I said, well, I really haven't thought about it, because as your career comes to an end, you think about when's the right time to go and when that happens, and then you wake up one day and it's here, you know. And so I really haven't had a chance to process exactly what I wanted to say, but I do want to do a shout out to a couple other people that I do appreciate everyone in the room. But I got my in-laws here, Larry and Diane, and Renee and I were newlyweds when I went into the patrol, so they've been around for all of that as well. And I got my good buddy Warren Wilson, who's a retired major with Topeka PD here. And then I got, since college, we were best men in each other's wedding. Manny Jimenez and his wife, Helen. Manny's a lieutenant with Nebraska State Patrol, so he came all the way from Scotts Bluff, which is in the Panhandle, to be here for this, and so I really appreciate that. And I look back at Becky Sable, who is the director of scheduling for the governor. I first met Becky when I was doing my internship with Carla Stovall back at the Attorney General's office, and she was the director of scheduling for Carla Stovall back in the day. And then when I promoted to the detail, I walk in to do an interview, and Kathleen Sebelius was the governor at the time, and she liked to have the final say, so she did the final interview. And I walk into the office, and there's Becky sitting there. And then when Governor Kelly got elected, and they were wanting someone to take that position, and so they reached out to Becky, and she called me up one day and asked me about it, and I said, for the most part, this governor's pretty good to work for. You know, but I talked her into it. I want to say I'm going to take some credit for her coming back. She maybe doesn't like me for it now, because being governor is a very demanding job. Being the director of scheduling is very demanding, and then the detail. We're all governed by the schedule. None of us really have a say in it. We like to think we do, but the schedule runs the show. But I appreciate you being here too, Becky, and then Secretary Prophet, and Frank Burnham. Where is he? Is he still here? Frank and I did a ton of initiatives around this complex. He's been a great partner, and we're willing to take the hits for the stuff that didn't work, but we're also going to take the credit for the stuff that did. But I want to thank Renee. Obviously, you're my partner in all this. I appreciate that. Now I get to return the favor, because she's obviously going to keep working, and she's she's a real big part of my retirement plan. But she's the one that adjusted. She's been a stability for our kids, and I get to do that now. So I do plan on fixing dinner and doing that stuff as she continues to thrive in what she's doing. So I look around, and the patrol will be a very special place for me for the rest of my life. And those of you that I talk to a lot, you know, I'll tell you, I don't remember a time not wanting to be a state trooper. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been blessed to do it. I couldn't think of anything else that would have filled that in my life. I would definitely call to do it. But on this side of it, I look around, and we all have coworkers, whether you like them or not. But not all those coworkers become friends. And I look around the room, and I see a lot of friends. And I know those relationships will continue. But what makes the Highway Patrol so good is the relationships. And I certainly recognize that now. I got to work alongside some of the best people on the planet. And so I really appreciate you all being here. So thank you.